Okay, so anyhow, so I was just watching this video here. Yeah, I'm working behind the scenes, but I just got done that video up there. So this was posted an hour ago. So I'm now doing this video like an hour after that one. So it's just to show you like a typical investigation of what I have to do here to try to feel my way through the darkness to try to find a soulmate for myself. So that particular song I'm focusing on is "Never Surrender" by Corey Hart. So that's a representation to me. Like, I can tell he's frustrated there. That's me. I'm frustrated. Um, he has a look of frustration on his face. So apparently, in the video, he gets in an argument with his daddy and he leaves the house. His sister is still inside the house, though, his younger sister. So you'll see these three pictures here. This is a representation of Jaden, Leia, and Tatum. Theoretically, that's where I gather that from, right? So I'm not certain if it's 100% true, but this is an investigation. This is a typical investigation. It's how I investigate, ladies. So the theory that I've been showing is this lady over here. That's a lady. It's a girl, right? So it's a representation of this being grandmother. Grandmother pulling the strings behind the scenes to set things up, so that you ladies will stumble across a picture of me and to develop a crush on me. So there should be you know Jaden first, and then Leia, and then Tatum. So in the event of Tatum, it was her grandmother Jenny, who was great friends with me, and Sabrina, who's also great friends with me with Leia, and then my great aunt 88. So um, and as I said before, 88 is connected to these two who developing the crush around the same time, and then the other one was at 9. So um, there's a lot more supplemental information behind that, but that's where I draw inspiration from is those the you know being able to understand and focus it in my mind as to how theoretically it's possible. And the reason why is because grandmother wants to create a really good love story for her children. She basically wanted one of these ladies to um, fall for me through a picture so that our love story will go down and be it would be as a great love story. Because it'd be like oh, ever cute that girl developed a crush on that guy at such and such an age and wanted to get with him and now she has a chance to get with him and be the mother of all creation. What a perfect love story. That's where I derived that from because I can see it going down that way. So the picture here, because it's not in the frame, it's like a representation of the that crush being gone and out of the way. It's no longer there, right? So, but the ones in the two frames, you know, um, it might still be there, but I highly doubt it. But maybe at some point in time, they might have had that. And then when I wrote my letters to the community or my word around the community got out about what people perceived me to be doing here in the comfort of my home, wage of spiritual warfare might have kind of shifted their focus on me away from me. So I don't know though, but that's what the three pictures represent. Three ladies in the community here, two of which now have the opportunity to become the mother of all creation, based on the fact that this picture is just sitting around there. So the previous story I told you about, having to run around with like a chicken with my head cut off, looking for somebody in a parallel universe that theoretically may not be there. And if I just go with that, it's just easier for me just to focus on finding somebody that wants to get with me as being my main objective, my main uh, issue here. So that's what the two pictures frames represent. So he's like, just a little more time is all we're asking for. That's what they say there, because just a little more time could open closing doors. So I think it's just a little uncertainty could bring you down. So he's that's a representation of me, having uncertainty about whether or not there's a fire electron floating around out there in one of the 8 parallel universes of somebody that may not be there. That's my uncertainty. So that's what the lyrics is about. Just a little uncertainty can bring you down, and it's bringing me down. It's frustrating. It's depressing. It's sad, but it's also, you know, um, it can, the lyrics of me is like just a little uncertainty can bring you down. Like if you're uncertain, Anthony, about this, it could bring you down, and you could drop the ball. Meaning, if I drag my feet like they're trying to get me to do, and not focus on one of the three ladies, it could bring me down literally, and put an end to all existence because Ragnarok will befall us, and everyone in creation will be erased from existence as grandmother rewinds time back to the beginning because I couldn't make up my mind. So just a little uncertainty could bring you down. So it's very frustrating and difficult, to try to make my hand fit where it may not necessarily fit because that hand's already been taken is what I'm saying. So that's what he's focusing on. It's like just a little uncertainty can bring you down. So here, then it switches. It says, "And nobody wants to know you now." So he turns around. You can hear the drumming. The music goes down. And nobody wants to know you now. So he turns around. What he's actually looking at, like his eyes, what he's actually looking at, is the photos where he just came from. So he turns back to look back at the photos. That's what I see there. So it's a representation of the ladies, Leia, Tatum, and Jaden not wanting to know me now because of my spiritual warfare tactics that I conducted here to save all creation. So if they don't want to know me, what recourse do I have? I don't want to do anything with that guy. That type of mentality. And nobody wants to know Anthony now. And nobody wants to show you how. So this door, she opens that door. That's his sister, I would assume. And she comes out the door. That's a representation of Charlotte opening a door when the other doors are closing. So as these girls here close the door on me in my own community, another door opens here from Charlotte. But she's still hesitant too because that's her, she's looking around and then she notices that her brother is going down the stairs. So that's me. And nobody wants to know you now, and nobody wants to show you how. So he goes down the stairs, and that's his sister, like watching her brother go down the stairs all by himself. Basically, I don't know, probably Charlotte watching this at some point in the future and realizing that the other girls, they just slammed the door on me and I have nobody. So because these are brother and sister, it's a representation of a brother and sister creator of all existence. So it's like she's looking down upon me like, looks like that guy might need some help. And he never surrenders. So based on this particular scene here, what you're looking at in this song is about the ladies here closing the door on me. There's just a little more time could open closing doors, which is, this blonde girl here, perhaps opening up the door. And that's what we're, focusing on, learning on. So you guys are learning about all that information. So, now, I wanted to retouch on this one again because this is the previous video. So there's you cannot outrun your destiny. So if we go back to the beginning of this one here, I could also spin this a different way where it's like the secret will find you means, what I just showed you ladies there, the 3 pictures, that's, it's that's kind of like a little secret maybe, Does it make sense? So don't snitch, so the moon with these 2 pieces here is a representation of Leia and Tatum because Jaden's out of the picture. So if they can get over the moon or over the fact that I'm not an a-hole, I'm a hero, man. I'm not an a-hole. So if they can get over that fact, then they might get swept up into a different alternative. So now when I look at the egg here, it's a different representation. It no longer represents, Jaden, being put to sleep by a big old climax. What that represents is Leia and Tatum being a dragon egg. Those three dragon eggs from Daenerys Targaryen video, where I showed you the three dragon eggs. It represents the ladies, um, Leia and Tatum, being uncomfortable with the spiritual warfare aspect of that egg. They don't like, me working with their spirits. Um, the egg is them, the three dragon eggs. So that's Leia and Tatum. So they don't like it. So then the egg, or as you see it, they don't like the egg. He's like, I don't like that guy working with my spirit. I don't want it. So they toss the egg away. So the egg now comes over to this guy's hand. And if you pay really close attention, you see how that has it looks like an 8? It's a representation of, both of them being, 8 when they developed that crush, theoretically, through a photo of mine that they found either at Jenny's or Serena's. So this is like, yes, because C means yes. So you cannot run your destiny, ladies. So this is it's a different telling of what I told you before. I told you how things always change. So when I was going back and looking at this again, I was like, wait a minute, there's a different aspect to this. It means something different. So now that trailer, when you go back and rewatch it, it's something totally different. It means that the one is out of the picture completely, but the other two are in the picture because of these two moons here. Leia Tatum. Jaden's just out of the picture completely. So again, depending on how I analyze things, it gives me a different interpretation. So now it's like I've shut that door again. All right, I've shut that door. Now I can focus on these three ladies, right? No, because you go back over here. They don't like what I did. Save all creation, working with their spirits. So now there's two doors that are shut. These two ladies in the frame here shutting the door. Just a little more time is all we're asking for. And nobody wants to know you now. Nobody wants to show you how. So Charlotte here has to open up the door, I guess, right? That's her, opening up the door. So that comes from where is it? Where are we here? There's way back here now, really sorry. So, the flower of fire will come to my aid. So if those other two don't come to my aid, it's a representation of Princess Peach coming to my aid. Where's that Princess Peach one? I don't know, I gotta look for it now. Right there. So that's the flower of fire, and because that's Princess Peach. Only one of these three ladies actually has that name association. They don't call her Princess Leia. That's from a movie, and there's no Princess Tatum, but there is a Princess Peach, and because she's holding that fire in her hand attached to that flower. And this story being, this story here, ladies, from Sagin, it's thousands of years old. So it's a prophecy from, I don't know, 4,000 years ago saying that the flower of fire will come to my aid because you two ladies, Leia and Tatum, are not going to come to my aid because you're going to close the door on me. That's what it means, ladies. Flower of fire will come to my aid. So, we go back to there's Targaryen. She's the queen we chose, right? So, she's not a queen because some daughter, some king we never knew. She's the daughter because we chose, right? So, where am I here? So you go back to this story here and you rewatch it. The fire is a representation of the flower of fire. The flower of fire will come to my aid, and blood just simply means family. Like fire and blood. Like blood in, blood out. So you become family, right? So so this story now takes it takes on a whole new aspect of what you guys are learning. So when you add that to the Corey Hart song about uh never surrender and just a little more time is all we're asking for. I mean, because just a little more time to open closing doors. It's referred to as this here. It's like he thought she was our best and last chance to build a better world. So if those doors close, if Leila's door closed, if Tato's doors closed, because they I don't know, they just either they can't confess what I'm proposing is as a possible truth because they may just sit back and not say anything at all, but out of fear, like I don't want to get with that guy because I'm worried what the world will think, or I don't want people to know that I had a crush on that guy. That type of fear. And if they can't break past that, well then, last chance to build a better world. And that particular thing, I believe in her because I just showed you the Corey Hart video. That's in part of the reason why I believe in her. Because that's when you watch the video, that's her watching me go down the stairs. That's her opening a door when the other girls are closing the door.